Some military mistakes cost a few lives. Others cost billions. From environmental disasters that left scars on entire regions to mind-blowing decisions that flushed mountains of money down the drain, these are the most expensive military blunders in history. And trust me, some of them are hard to believe. But before we dive into this wild ride of chaos, cover-ups, and costly disasters, a quick shout-out to Large Fries for getting last video's trivia right. We asked, which twins actually sued Mark Zuckerberg during the creation of Facebook? If you think you know your stuff, drop your answer in the comments. You might be the next one we feature. I'm your host, Absolute Facts, and this is the kind of content you don't want to miss. Let's get into it. Number 10. The F-35. The F-35 was meant to be the crown jewel of modern air power, but it's quickly becoming the most expensive military project in U.S. history. Originally projected at $400 billion, costs have ballooned to over $1.5 trillion, with critics questioning if it's worth it. While it looks sleek and stealthy in recruitment ads, the reality is less impressive. Engine troubles, dogfight doubts, and performance issues continue to surface. Some still argue the older F-16 outmatches it in aerial combat. Cool on the outside, flawed underneath, the F-3, the fifth of, may go down as a trillion-dollar misfire. Number 9. Bikini Atoll contamination. What was once a lush, tropical paradise is now a radioactive wasteland sealed under concrete. Between 1946 and 1962, the U.S. tested over 105 nuclear and hydrogen bombs in the Pacific Proving Grounds, forever scarring places like Runit Island. One crater, created by Project Cactus, was later sealed with a giant concrete dome known as the Tomban 18-inch thick lid, trying to contain the fallout. But despite the effort, the island remains uninhabitable for the next 24,000 years, thanks to scattered plutonium. Cleanup costs soared past $239 million, with another $947 million spent aiding the nearby Marshall Islands. Add in lawsuits from workers exposed to radiation, and the cost keeps rising. And if a powerful typhoon hits, that fragile dome could crack, releasing everything. This wasn't just a test site. It became one of the world's most dangerous mistakes. Number 8. Expeditionary Fighting Vehicle. Built to revolutionize amphibious warfare, the Expeditionary Fighting Vehicle promised power, speed, and versatility. Designed to rival the Abrams tank in mobility, it could carry 17 troops, a 7-man crew, and even clear underwater mines to pave the way for larger ships. But behind the bold concept was a mechanical headache. For every 4 hours it operated, it demanded at least 1 hour of maintenance far from battlefield ready. With each unit costing around $22 million, the project quickly spiraled into a logistical and financial mess. By the time it was canceled in January 2011, it had already swallowed $3.3 billion, making it one of the military's most expensive letdowns. Number 7. Future Combat Systems. The Future Combat Systems project was meant to launch the U.S. military into a new era, placing traditional tanks and vehicles with advanced robotic platforms. DARPA led the charge, and massive defense contractors were handed enormous budgets to modernize everything from the M1 Abrams to Bradley fighting vehicles. But instead of progress, the program became a black hole for taxpayer money. From 1995 to 2009, over $32 billion was spent across this, and a related modernization effort with more than $18 billion lost on future combat systems alone. Number 6. The Alenia C-27J Spartan. With dozens of transport aircraft already in service, the U.S. Air Force still ordered 18 C-27J Spartan planes, specially built to land on short, unpaved runways. But as soon as they arrived, they were flown straight into storage in the Arizona desert. Just like that, $600 million vanished into the sand. Each plane cost around $32 million, yet the military decided it didn't need them after all. Many believe the real reason behind the deal was political pressure to create jobs in Ohio, rather than genuine defense strategy. While the U.S. has tried offloading them to other countries, the damage was a costly purchase with nowhere to fly. Number 5. The missing Greenland nukes. In 1968, A US B-52 bomber crashed into the icy waters of Baffin Bay near Greenland. On board were 4 hydrogen bombs, each powerful enough to flatten cities. While the US claimed all the weapons were recovered and destroyed, declassified documents later revealed that one may still be missing. Harsh Arctic conditions made recovery nearly impossible, and although much of the wreckage was found during Operation Chrome Dome, the full arsenal was never confirmed. The pilot survived, but many Danish workers involved in the cleanup later developed cancer and were granted compensation. A chilling reminder of just how easily nuclear weapons can slip into the unknown. Number 4. Camp Lejeune cleanup. At Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, thousands of U.S. Marines were exposed to something far more dangerous than enemy fire-toxic drinking water. For years, nearly 900,000 service members consumed water contaminated with deadly chemicals, some at concentrations up to 3,400 times the safe limit. Many veterans are now suffering from cancer and chronic illnesses, with at least 850 former soldiers filing claims. A former sergeant even reported the presence of strontium-90, a radioactive carcinogen, near the base. The result? A massive $4 billion lawsuit and a health crisis that continues to unfold. The full loss of life remains unclear. Number 3. Blue Devil airship. It was meant to be a game-changer massive blimp, 7 times bigger than a Goodyear, floating above Afghanistan to spy from over 4 miles up. Packed with cameras for 24/7 surveillance, the Blue Devil airship cost the U.S. a staggering $211 million. But technical issues quickly dragged it down. Overweight tail fins, underperforming cameras, and constant malfunctions. By 2011, the entire project was scrapped and sold back to the contractor for just 1/1000th of its original cost. A futuristic vision that never even got off the ground. Number 2. B-2 bomber. The B-2 bomber was a stealth marvel with a staggering $2 billion price tag per unit. But today, its usefulness is heavily debated. Only 20 were built, costing over $40 billion, and now just 11 remain in operation. While groundbreaking in its time, critics argue it's outdated, especially when missiles can now deliver the same punch without risking a pilot. Maintenance issues haven't helped either. One B-2 was lost in Guam after neglected repairs, and in 1997, they discovered it couldn't even fly in the rain. For all its stealth, the cost was impossible to hide. Number 1. Agent Orange, Vietnam. During the Vietnam War, the U.S. deployed Agent Orangia herbicide, so toxic, its effects are still haunting generations. Produced by Monsanto, it was meant to clear jungle cover but ended up poisoning land, water, and lives. The Red Cross links it to severe birth defects across central and southern Vietnam, and even today, traces still show up in food. Though banned in 1971 and stockpiles destroyed on a remote island, the damage was irreversible. Cleanup efforts and lawsuits have cost over $100 million, but the human and environmental toll is far greater and still growing.